I signed up for triathlon less than 10 days out, and this is what happened. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I learned as a result of signing up for triathlon only 9 days out. It's a story about pushing boundaries, doing something hard, and proving to yourself that you can overcome any challenge. So without further ado, let's jump in. About 10 days ago, I did something a bit crazy. I signed up for another triathlon. Now you might be wondering, why on earth would I do that? And the answer's simple. Sometimes you have to step out of your own comfort zone and challenge yourself to do something that there's a high probability that you may fail. Let me set it up like this. A couple years ago, I read a book called The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter. This book challenged me in more ways than one. But the principle that stuck with me the most is this principle called misogi. In the book, Easter argues that our comfortable lifestyles have led to physical and mental stagnation, and he advocates for the benefits of embracing discomfort, challenges, and adversities. He suggests that discomfort leads to personal growth, resilience, and enhanced well-being. In the book, he introduces a Japanese concept called misogi, a concept that involves setting out on a difficult, sometimes seemingly impossible task, a challenge that would push you to your limits. The notion around misogi is you do something hard one time a year that has an impact on the other 364 days of that year. In The Comfort Crisis, Easter says it like this: misogi is an artificial construct designed to discover what mentally and spiritually you can put yourself through to become a better human. Sometimes life throws you curveballs, and you have to decide whether or not you'll step up to the plate or remain in your comfort zone. To give you some context, I had done a triathlon about 2 years ago, and to be honest, it was tough, grueling, and I probably wasn't as prepared as I should have been, but I finished. So here are 3 things that I learned through this experience. Number 1, training matters. Let me be a little more specific. Specialized training really matters. The truth is I'm constantly in the gym, but I'm rarely, if ever, training for triathlons. This summer in specific, I had set out to do a 10K Spartan race, never having done one before. And that was fun, but after all the training that I put in, when race day came, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was extremely nervous at the start line. But once the race got going, the training kicked in. And in the case of the Spartan race, because the course was so muddy, there were large sections that you physically could not run. I wasn't able to push as hard as I had done in the training. But my body and mind were ready to push more than the course even allowed. So when I finished that race, my mind immediately shifted to what could be next. What could I do that would make me feel like my training was even more worth it? Enter the triathlon. I'd contemplated it for a few days. I even attempted to recruit friends to suffer alongside me, but to no avail. With only 9 days to train, I crammed in as much swimming, biking, and running that I possibly could. But I knew that I didn't want to actually be too sore on race day. It was exhausting, but it reminded me of how much training matters. So although I'm in much better shape than I was 2 years ago, I had trained for a triathlon. And so to finish this one, I relied on sheer grit and determination, which brings me to lesson number 2. There is always more in you. In life, there's always something you have to push past. Sometimes you have to push past the pain, because the truth is pain is no respecter of persons. Pain doesn't care about your socioeconomic status, skin color, country you were born in, career you have, neighborhood you live in. Pain hits everybody. And when it does, it hurts. See, pain paralyzes so many people from actually moving forward. But pain can either paralyze you or propel you. Sometimes you push past your pain, sometimes you gotta push past disappointments. Here's the thing, folks. Even with all the training in the world, sometimes life throws curveballs at you. And on race day, things didn't go exactly how I had planned. But I held on to this important lesson. Grit and resilience always perseveres. When I got into that water, I wanted nothing more than to quit, which brings me to this channel. I'm only 2 weeks in and I've almost quit 17 different times. In all honesty, it's been hard to stay consistent. But Galatians 6:9 tells me this: do not grow weary in doing good, for at the right time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. I'm believing for a harvest for this channel. And the only way to get there is to be willing to push past the pain, push past the disappointment, push past the people, the negative influences, the haters, the doubters. I know you're out there. If I'm gonna be honest with you, the person I have to push past the most is myself. I know that sometimes my greatest enemy is my inner me, my own self-talk. You can get weary, you can get tired, and you can even start to wonder, did God really call me to do this? It's taking too long. You've got to push past your emotions, the failures, the setbacks. The swim was tougher than I expected, but I kept pushing. And in the end, I crossed the finish line. Not only did I finish, but I beat my time from 2 years ago by 5 minutes. Which brings me to the third thing that I learned. Number 3, friends matter. And in this case, my good friend Keith. He's always there cheering me on, supporting me on my weird endeavors, even signing up and doing some of them with me. When you surround yourself with the right kind of people, they propel you and move you forward. But surround yourself with the wrong kind of people, they can get you going back to the thing that you said you would never do. Get you some friends that believe in you, believe with you, and encourage you along the way. So there you have it, my friends. My whirlwind of a journey of signing up for a triathlon only 9 days out and actually finishing it. It was challenging, it was hard, but it was worth it. Sometimes the most rewarding experiences in life come from pushing your limits and never giving up. I hope my journey inspires you to take on your own challenges, whatever they might be. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. So until next time, keep challenging yourself, and remember, grit and resilience always persevere. If you enjoyed this video and found it motivating, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything going on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.